Hey everybody, it's Michelle. We're back with the fourth and final installment of the Astronaut house. Last time we did the interiors. This time, oh, go Jack, look at him doing push-ups. This time we're going to be doing all those finishing touches, clutter and rugs and all the rest. So let's dive right into it. Now just to explain what we're doing here, our retired astronaut Jack likes astronomy, he likes science, and he likes solitude. He wants to be away from everybody and just, fish and enjoy his retirement years and not have to deal with much of anyone. So we're trying to give him a house that really fills those needs, right? The sea, solitude, and the stars. Now, I've been saying over and over and over that this is supposed to be a pretty rustic fish shack, and yet it's got this very kind of clean, fancy look. Jack is not so much into tons of clutter, and he is not into a lot of mess. I think spending a lot of time in space shuttles and tiny modules, I'm not going to say lunar, I'll just say space shuttles, yeah, and steampunk rockets and stuff doesn't make one really into clutter. However, we have to give a little bit of that beachy charm that we talked about. And it says a lot about me that I heard beachy charm in my head. And so I placed files. For those of you who watch my stream, yeah, you'll know that that's about as me as it gets. We need some beachy charm. Add some files. Do those clip? They do. Let's switch this out to a less modern lamp anyway. Something a bit more, yeah. And we can size that down a little too. And over here, now he is not going to have like a shelf of like Axe body spray and stuff. Just not his thing. But let's get into debug, especially if you're looking for nautical stuff. Really, it's debug cats and dogs and debug island living. And I almost think, oh, this kind of fits the narrative to me, that the person who originally owned this house was from Brindleton. But we're gonna add just a few like, this is my fishing shack signs. There's a lot of nautical stuff with beer. This is fascinating. Oh no, let's put it over by the kitchen. The kitchen needs a lot of help. The kavable is because poor Jack was visited by the welcome wagon after our last installment, and boy was he unhappy about it. He's just like, really? I don't want to see anybody. But the welcome wagon cares not for your preferences. What I was wondering, the one thing about Sims things being so oversized is that you really can size them down by one and not lose anything. Like, nothing bad is going to happen if we take these two barrels and just size them down a little. And let's see, I kind of wanted, this is one of those objects that doesn't look great either size down, right? Because it's got that shadow, or inside. It's definitely an item meant more for the exterior, so we'll leave it off. But it's so cute. This is definitely the kind of place where they would hang nets inside. Except, again, with the shadows. Arr. Arr, pirate dismay. Well, let's go ahead and take them down as far as we can then. Okay, there we go. Let's go back into build, and that way we can bring the sun back. Come back, sun. Yeah, so that's dangling. It's weathered. Cool. All right, back to cats and dogs debug, just for some more character that came with the original construction. What Jack inherited, basically. I like a lot of what we have. I kind of of course, I always change things like literally right up until the last moment. Always changing stuff. But I am wondering if one of these oceanic tile Might be a better fit for the beach house. Oh, Lord, look at that thing. It kind of goes with the whole wicker. Yeah, I think that's more right. We can even keep the blue chairs. But let's take the pink table away. But I don't want to take away a huge splash of color, so we're going to try and bring some of that back. But I really do like that better as being a little more decrepit. All about the decrepit. Oh, have you ever used these bird prints, anyone? These bird prints make me really happy. They're so cute. We have a lot more, you know, ideally you'd think you'd have ones from Sulani, but nah. The original owner just brought stuff from Brindleton. So we have some Brindleton birdies represented, and you can find those in Debug. I really do think the guy who sold this was like, you can have it. You can have the house. I'll sell it to you for a pretty good price. You just got to take the whole thing. All right, so we have more buoys, and they're even in the water. That's perfect. Perfect. So while Jack wouldn't have tchotchkes, Jack would have an excellent camera. So we're going to make sure he has that. Oh, and this fishing rack. I keep running outside when outside is not the point. And yet. So he's had some fishing success. So let's go ahead and back to tool. Okay, this is already looking a lot more lived in. Let's get some kitchen clutter up. Just a little. Like I said, he's not very clutterful. He's not a clutter guy. I also don't think he's really much of a cooking guy. Like, he's the kind of guy who can eat probably, you know, sandwiches. Like, just make sandwiches at every meal. Grills a lot of fish. He cooks a lot of fish. Of course, the hazard with kitchen clutter is you always want to make sure that your items are placed far back enough on your counters so your sim will still cook. Or still prep food, I should say. Because they get very fussy about how much room they have to prep food in. And if they don't have enough, they'll just take the food, throw it on the ground, place it in a random place behind your TV, you know, that kind of thing. They act out. Okay. So he has all these available cooking implements that he probably doesn't use. That's all right. He has them. He has them. That's the point. And I think that's about all we're going to put over here. Just enough. He said he doesn't keep stuff out in the open, really. He just... Everything has its tidy place. Everything has its place. He doesn't have much in the way of plants, but just a couple. Succulent type things. Things he can't kill. He can't kill with ease, that is. And over here, let's get him some books. Oh, and another one of these oil lamps. Because I bet our first Brindleton owner was like, yeah, let's use these electronic version of old school Oil lamps. Nothing will say beach more than this. Now I want to see what... Let me look at Astronaut. Ugh, that's just a book. Space? Here we go. I wanted to make sure his unlocks from the space... Let's see, this is an uncommon space rock. I don't think space rocks are just supposed to hang out in people's beach houses, but you know, whatever. It's Sims. Because Sims. Oh yeah, space rock time. I forgot we have our spuds in space. Potato print. Let's bring that over into the bathroom. It just seems like a cutesy thing to have in our already very olive green bathroom. That totally works. Oh, now that's a thought. Do I want to... I kind of like that. I kind of like that. You know why I like it? Because it looks like someone's repurposed kid desk. That they were like, our Brindleton person, right? Like, oh yeah, we're gonna go to the beach. We're gonna have our beach shot. No, we don't need new furniture for it. Just take, you know, one of their kids left this in their room when they went to college. Like, oh yeah, just grab Junior's old school desk. I don't need fancy. I'm actually actively channeling a conversation I can see my parents having. We don't need fancy. You never need fancy. All right, divider. Let's get a little divider in here just for that file cabinet being stuck out like that. Oh, I wondered, do we just want to... We could do just this kind of thing. And add maybe a cute little column. One of the family's very few concessions to actually being in Sulani. Oh, I kind of like that. Gives us a little more wall room so we can put another sconce here, get some more light into the place. And finally, some sort of, not finally, it's not like we're done, but some sort of nice welcoming rug. Like, hello. Here's a rug that I don't want anyone to ever cross because I don't like people, says Jack. Okay, moving on to the bathroom. And isn't it fun? Isn't it so much fun to try and do clutter when you have to have all the walls up in a small space? So much fun. So I have gotten more and more into doing what I just did, which is to put up those kitchen cabinets. Oh God, we're totally running into the wall issue. Excuse my incredibly whiny self. Good God. It's an exterior wall, so okay, good. Phew. It kind of takes the place of some of the shelves and things that I would ordinarily put in a bathroom for messy type characters, right? Characters who would have all of their stuff on display. Jack, as we've said several times, is not that dude. So giving him overhead storage for some of his toiletries just seems like the right thing to do. And let's just use a little bit of it. I remember this beach house on Lake Michigan that my family used to go to when I was a kid. I think I mentioned it in one of the earlier videos. And it had all these like random, you know, 19th century or prints of 19th century lithographs, not 19th century prints. Not that fancy. But it had tons of like little inexpensive framed pictures of the sea and dogs and fish and things like that. Just random little art that was. Let's see, we do of course have two major tons of swatches, Brindleton Bay paintings. So we're going to use both types. Let's see. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. A couple of ship paintings. Who doesn't love ship paintings? Let's get those in here. By the way, I apologize. Throughout this video, my tummy has been like, rawr. I do eat. I had breakfast. I had lunch. I don't know what's going on, but my stomach has feels. It's what it is. Oh, I know what I want to do over here. Okay, let's put the files on top. There's a statue of an astronaut. It's a yard statue, but we should be able to, either we can size it down with the game cheats or we can scale it down with Tool. And let's see if it ends up having a freaky shadow or ends up not really being right for inside. But all we can do is try. Where are you, spaceman? Yes, Astro Bunny. Beyond Infinity. Okay, so it doesn't have any freaky indoor shadow. Oh, I love it. There we go. Oh gosh, I'm so excited. All right, so we've got our spaceman right here. Let's play a little bit with these swatches. Get some more color back in here. Cool, and we have multiple, books around. We have one of these little book gatherings that acts as a bookcase. We have his computer, so he has that to use. TV, rockets, things to play with, the ocean, places to fish, the observatory, a camera. He has lots of options. I kind of want to give him a few more cameras. We've got several, so why not? This is the Moschino one. And let's see, how about... I know I'm making this more expensive than it should be, but I don't care. He's got his pension. He's doing fine. There we go. A few different cameras. And I'd like another rug in the bedroom. I'm kind of interested, again, by cats and dogs. I'm so stuck on this narrative of like... a Brindleton Bay homeowner and fisherman. Brought his family here in the summers and occasional weekends. Maybe they had a different, maybe like his kid, maybe he waited, that's it. That's right. We already said they waited until their kids were in college. And then he and his wife did this. I don't know why they sold the house. We don't have to get that much into the weeds. I like getting into the weeds, but we don't have to go that much into the weeds. Oh, let's use these cow. I love these. I love these. My grandma had some cake tins exactly like this. She had a lamb one for Easter. And this brings back memories. Okay, trash can. Everything is starting to look a little ship shape. Ah, coat rack. Yes, that works. It's seeming a little dark in here. Let me add my fluorescence to the cabinets. I did that in the bathroom, but I forgot to do that in here. This is just something I do on most of my builds. People on my stream are very used to this as well. I just tuck some fluorescents up in there. You can't see the light, but you get still the effect of the ambient lighting, and I find that very pleasant. I think that really brightens up whatever space it's in. Yes, much more cheery. Awesome. Actually, a little too bright. And I want to see if we have any more like cutesy bar type signs. You know, this is the kind of cabin that has a sign on it that's like, bless this mouse. No offense to anyone who has that up here. I think it's adorable. I'm just saying, this is a place that would have that. So, last thing I think I want to do for just decoration's sake. He does get like fan mail and postcards. So let's, again, we're gonna have to knock out a wall. No big, nope. Oh, that closet, I forgot about the closet. Whoopsie doodle. If you take down those walls, again, you're gonna have no problems with your postcards snapping to a wall. They'll go to where you want to put them. Moonlight Falls. Okay, the closet's an easy thing. We're going to go ahead and use clothing racks. Casual. He's casual retired, Jack. His shoe rack. I know there are many arguments about which way the shoe rack should go, but to me, it's like that. That's how you take your shoes off. You take your shoes off your feet and you put them in the rack. Fight me, fight me. All right, here we go. Attic stack. I have to put in the attic stack because I do have seasons going in my game and it drives me nuts when I get all the decorations on the houses and they never go away. So attic stack is a must. One more. I'm going to keep saying that. One more thing. I love this curiosity poster and I think to really use it the way I want to, one more time we're gonna knock down a wall, because what I want to do, yes, is have it be in the back of this teen workstation. Make sure it's not up. Yep, gotta bring it up just a little. Actually, I think I'll use tool for that for the precision. Better. Yes, I just thought it looked like kind of a dark hole back there. So I thought having something in the back of that cabinet would be perfect. And I think I might want to, yeah, bring this a little further to the back. Laptops glitch out pretty frequently, so I like to give a fair bit of room between clutter and laptop. Okay, I like it. Jack is happily watching TV inside at night with shades. He is sick cool. Here Jack is. Let's see. Maybe he's writing very terse replies to fans. Fans are like, "You're amazing!" And he has to tell them, "I am not. Stay in school. Don't do drugs." And on that note, both Jack and this house are already up on the gallery. And I hope you enjoy. The next one we're going to work on, I'll have the next video out on, oh gosh, Sunday? Maybe before then. I keep getting inspired. But our next career is the athlete. And that one is going to be entirely base game in a base game world. So you can look forward to that later this week. And thank you so much for coming with me for the Astronaut. I will see you in my next video.